going to talk about stem and leaf plots and show you an example of how we did it in class. So hopefully that'll help you with your homework and also to study with the test. So essentially, whenever we do a stem and leaf plot, we're going to start with a bunch of data, values. In this case, for this example, we're going to use the heights of students. So we're going to have students' heights. And I'm going to take the liberty now to put them in order, but the data can be anyway, it can be all out of order. And then the safest bet is to put them in order first before you start making your stem and leaf plot. But I'm going to go ahead and do that now because I'm going to write these down. So remember, these are going to be in inches. So we're going to have 48 inches, 50 inches, 51 inches, 52 inches, a couple of 55 inches, 57-inch, a couple of 58 inches, and a 59. And then we have two really tall students, one at 60 inches and one at 62 inches. So that's our data. These are our values. And if you count, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 different values in all this data, and those are all students' heights in inches. When we make a stem and leaf plot, we need to have a title first, and we're going to title ours the same thing we did our data up here. It's students' heights. Students' heights, and we're going to show that in parentheses it's in inches. And stem and leaf has two columns, so we usually try to split right down the middle. And on one side you'll have the stem, and the other side you'll have the leaf. And I'll explain to that in a second how that works. So essentially we're taking the data that we have here and plugging it into our stem and leaf plot. And when we have a stem and a leaf, it's like a flower, right? Or a plant. It has a stem that goes up, and then attached to that stem are different leaves that go out. So whenever we look at the data, we're going to do the same thing. The stem, in this case, since we have all these data values have two place values. We have a tens place and we have a ones place. So we're going to start on the left side with the stem, and all of the stems are going to be the tens place. So each tens place is going to represent a stem. We have a 4 for the 4 tens here, and we have a 5, and we have a 6. Now, the leaf is going to be the ones place. And you can see some of these have multiple digits that are the same in the ones place. And the way we show that on stem and leaf plot is by keeping them on the same line. So, for instance, we have 48 as a height, so almost 48 inches tall. The stem is the tens, the 4, and the leaf is going to be the ones place, which is going to be 8. So it'll look like that, 48. Now, it's interesting to get to the 5s, or because we have so many students that are 50 inches in that range, all the leaves are going to go here. So the first one is 50. We put them in numerical order. Then we have a 51. Then we have a 52. We have two 55s, 57, two 58s, and a 59. So the 5 represents the tens place, and since there's so many of them, we just kept it here. This is going to represent all of the 5s in the tens place. So 50, 51, 52, 55, 55, 57, 58, 58, 59. You get the idea. So for the 6, we have, in the tens place, we have a 0 in the ones and a 2 here. So we're going to put 0 to represent 60, and then the 2 represents 62. And usually when you see a stem and leaf plot, there'll be a key at the bottom. And that's important because it's going to tell you how to read the stem and leaf plot. The key usually looks like this. It has a line which represents the same line in between here. On one side will be the stem, on the other side the leaf. So we have any one of these numbers you can use. I like to use the top or bottom number to help them see. So we'll use the 48. So our stem is 4, our leaf is 8. So we're showing just what we did up here, and we're going to put an equal sign to show the key that this equals 48 inches. And that's all there is to it. A couple of examples that you might see for stem and leaf plot. Let's say you have a stem and leaf here, and let's say we have numbers that are with decimals, 5.1, 5.2, 6.1. those can be split up with the stem and leaf by whole number and decimals. Whole number and decimals. So the whole numbers, right? And then we have 1/10 and 2/10. And then same thing here, 6, and then 1/10. The way we can show that is in our key will look the same way. You can see this. So the key would show 5, 1 equals 5.1. So now you can tell by looking at the 5 and 1 that this is 5.1. That must be 5.2, and then 6.1, etc. All right, so that's it. Good luck on the test. If you need help further, see me in class.